Alright, we got the back done, all put back together. Here we are at full lift in the back. It's an annoying amount of lift on these damn things, but it works real well. So now we're on to our fronts. Here we got the stock. He's got lowering springs on a aftermarket strut and whatnot. Simple when we're doing this, and we're going to do this pretty cool because actually I've already torn apart the other side, so I've learned a little bit already. On doing this, all we have to do is take these two out. Once we do that, you come up top, pull those three out. You do have to come back here. You do have to get this brake thing off and then finagle it out. It comes out really easy. Like I said, you do have to finagle it a little bit. Here it is out. One thing you do want to keep in mind when you go back together on this, these axles, they do slide out some. Sometimes you don't get them meshed right. So when you do get it put back together and it's starting to bolt, spin the axle over, make sure it's going to go right. If it's making any noises, pop these two loose again, move it around, get it in right. Another thing, this isn't going to be an issue with this particular kit, but I run randoed springs. If you're running randodes, you need to trim all this stuff out. His bags are much bigger. They will cut through the bag, and then you'll have a problem where you're down on the side of the road. This is the airlift set. It's a sleeve bag. It's a lot different, so you don't have to do that. But I just thought I'd throw that in there for you guys that are running the randoed stuff. I've seen people do it. I saw mine start to go wear on the bag, so I cut mine out, and I don't have any issues anymore. But there's that. Super simple. Another quick idea, especially with you guys that want to run some camber. You spend all this money on this shit to get this camber, and on these it's super simple. And I actually came across it by accident by whoever had my car before me. Go get yourself a bolt that's about a little smaller than that. Make sure it's a grade 8 bolt. It's got to be grade 8 for strength. You'll put one of these in a normal, you'll put the other in a smaller size. You'll put it in there, you run it tight. You think, okay, well, if a smaller bolt's going to be a problem, it's not. You're basically tightening this down around the collar, and that's where you're going to have your strength. The fact that the bolt isn't completely in there and it will move around will go away as soon as you tighten it down, obviously. But what this allows you to do is it'll allow you to adjust the arm a little bit as you're going. If you want to run just a little bit of camber, you can do it. We're not talking a large amount, but if you want to get away from the wheel lip here, you do that and it'll go away. I did it on a buddy of mine's and it was slicker than shit. I looked at him and said, why is this camber shit so hard? Everybody complains about it, why it's so hard to get your wheels to sit there. I go, I got 10 seconds into it and I'm done. Another idea that I meant to bring up on the other side, on the back, and I should have showed you when we were back there. You have your hub mounts. If you're looking in the back, the hub, this piece here is mounted to an axle that goes down. Everybody's doing these camber shims. Save yourself some money because you're going to need tires if you're running camber. Yeah, I said it on camera. Go get yourself some grade 8 washers. Put 2 of them on the bottom. Leave the top 2 bolts alone. Put those in there. You can do the same shit that you guys are spending $100 and some on these shims, and you can do it for less than $1. Just something to think about.